Hi everyone, welcome to my presentation. My name is Rachel Ellison and I teach in the Health Services Administration program at the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. And today I'm going to talk to you about course-embedded undergraduate research in the online learning environment. The objectives for this presentation is that I hope you will learn what a cures is and how to implement a cure in one of your undergraduate courses. Also to hear about the best practices and challenges for implementation in one of your courses, and also to take note of some of the faculty learning experiences during the process. What is a cure or cures? It is a course-embedded undergraduate research experience. The purpose of a cure is to build student research experiences within the classroom environment. An SRE is a sustained effort by a student to apply subject knowledge, skills, and abilities to a project that is valued by the discipline. And as you'll see moving forward in the presentation, I teach health services administration courses. So my cures was in a strategic management course, and we implemented a SRE in one of those health sciences courses. My university was recently designated as an R1 research institution. So since then, we have amped up our research. So since then, we also worked on our QEP, our quality enhancement plan, as well as our strategic planning for the university. And we were persuaded, I guess you could say, to choose research as the quality enhancement plan for the university. The university community voted while we were working on our strategic planning, and so we all chose the quality enhancement plan. The QEP was going to be student research. So we now have this new center on the campus, and it's the Student Center for Research, Creativity, and Scholarship. And their mission is to implement, administer, and assess the Advanced Student Research Experiences program. So the program engages students while they practice their discipline, while reinforcing transferable competencies and sharpening their analytical and critical thinking skills. So the cures that I was part of, that project, actually came from this center. So they were trying to get more faculty involved since this QEP was put into place, and so faculty weren't quite sure how to get students more involved in undergraduate research. So the center came up with cures, and faculty signed up to be a part of the program. And so this presentation is basically showing you, telling you how I implemented a student research experience in my course, in my undergraduate course. First, I want to share with you a little bit about the HSA program, the Health Services Administration program at UL Lafayette. It is a fully online undergraduate program. It's a great program and students love it. It's basically most non-traditional students enroll in the program. It's for those who are working in healthcare already, but they would like to either finish their degree, get a degree so they can work their way up the ladder. A lot of them already have a lot of experience in healthcare, but they are missing their education, so they enroll in the program. And the flexibility of our HSA courses and the program really works well with them. We have 5 start dates throughout the year, and students can enroll throughout the year. They can finish the program in about 3.5 years if they take courses without stopping. We do have summer courses as well, and we are very liberal on transfer work. So students tend to enroll in our program for a variety of reasons, and we also have awesome faculty, so that's another reason as well. So when I signed up to be a part of this project for the research center, I teach the strategic management course, and I've taught it for a few years now, and I have a group project in that course, and students either love it or hate it, but most of them hate it because they hate group work. But I decided to choose that course for this project. So it's an upper level course in the HSA program. It's fully online, like I mentioned before. It's an overview of strategic planning and healthcare organizations with an emphasis on operational level implementation and control. So this course is taken towards the end of the program. The foundation and the basics of healthcare systems and management, they should already know that. So this is much more critical thinking and applying knowledge. So my care plan and goals for HSA 410, which is the strategic management course, at the beginning of the project, our facilitator for the program asked us to write out our plan and our goals for the implementation. So I decided to stick with the group project that I already had and then just make some tweaks to it. So some of the goals in the plan were that students work together in groups to create a strategic plan for a fictional healthcare organization. They would compose the mission, vision, and value statements of their healthcare organization. These were already part of the group project before the SRE. The groups would provide data on current trends, benchmarks, and standards set forth by the organization and government regulating agencies, among other elements of a healthcare strategic plan. So I would provide everything that the groups needed to include in their strategic plan. They knew what needed to be a part of it. The next part, or another goal, was to have a literature review of multiple healthcare organizations' mission, vision, and value statements. So each group could choose healthcare organizations from, within the United States. They could choose whatever ones they wanted to, but I wanted a lit review done on their mission, vision, and value statements. And so then they did the lit review, and then they analyzed that, and then so themes and patterns were identified. And then the data determined what was a successful healthcare organization. I also let the students decide what was success and what was not success. I felt like by this stage in their education, they could kind of determine based on other benchmarks and measures that we have discussed in other courses like in their quality course, they kind of know what is considered successful or not. So once they did the lit review and they gathered the data from the lit review and the mission, vision, and values, they kind of came up with themes and patterns. And this was all written and is part of the strategic plan that they submit. And then one of the other goals is the groups and the students, they are presenting the findings and their strategic plans to the faculty of the health sciences department. So one day or across 2 days, depending how big the course is, we set up Zoom so the students can present their findings, which is a big part of the Student Research Center. That's one of their goals, is no matter what type of research that is conducted by the students, by the undergrad students, it is so important to them that the students present their findings. So what was the student research experience in this project, in this course embedded undergraduate research experience? It was the literature review and the presentation piece. So by the students doing the literature review, they were gathering information and gathering data. This was the new piece that I added to the group project. I didn't have this before, but to make it a research project, I needed to add something. So I decided to do the literature review. I know that this is not anything huge or a big piece of research, but it's something. They had to do a lit review, they had to gather data, they had to analyze themes and patterns, and this was something that they have never experienced before. So the student research experience happened in this course because of the literature review. In our HSA program, we do have a research course. It's very much foundational. So some of the students who take the strategic management class could have taken the research course already or might not have. So there are varying degrees of understanding and education on research as a whole when they are in this course. So the best practices for implementation of a student research experience would be stick with the plan and actually write out a plan and have goals and stick with them. And then also have students write out goals for themselves and for the project. And this was a big one for me. It's don't overthink what research is. It does not have to be a huge research project. I think as faculty, we think research has to be this big thing where, you know, we have to go through IRB, we have to collect data, we have to interview subjects, participants, but it doesn't have to be. So we can do it on such a small scale, and then maybe the first time, second time, third time, or all the times. But don't overthink it. It's about the student and what the student needs to be exposed to so they can grasp it and then move forward. So I really like the idea of the literature review. It kind of opens their eyes to a bunch of different, in this instance, healthcare organizations and what their missions are and how they're different and how they're similar. Also data collection. They did have to collect data and they analyzed data from each healthcare organization. And then another one is that they could assist on a faculty-led project instead of starting brand new for your student research experience, you could always have your course embedded undergraduate research link up with another course, another faculty member, or even something that you're personally working on. You could have them assist you on your own faculty-led project. So I guess I would just say don't overthink it. Start small, and then also hold students accountable for their own project and the goals that they wrote. There were challenges, and I believe that there will be more challenges, and I could probably expand on this list as I continue to teach this class. But I think we know, or maybe most of us know, that group projects can be difficult in the online learning environment, but also face-to-face, hybrid. So that was a major challenge. Students hate them. At least most of my students hate them. They don't work well together, but it's real life reality. We have to work together in teams, so I make them do it. Also, my program, the courses are only 8 weeks, well, 7-ish, 7.5, 8 weeks. So the 8-week courses, they can be a little short to implement an SRE, but this was successful just because it worked out. Now to do a big project, one that takes a lot of time to maybe interview research participants, an 8-week course is not probably going to work, but like a lit review, it worked perfectly, and it was planned well into the project and into the course. Of course, there was student hesitation and lack of participation. That was because it was a group project and because it was something brand new. Students talk to other students, and so they think they know what they're getting themselves into, but until they get into the course and then something has changed, there's always going to be that lack of participation by a few students, 1 or 2, it just varies. Also, another challenge was losing steam, the lack of long-term goals, and the purpose is not stated nor clear. And this kind of fell on me. I can do better with stating what the purpose was and letting them know more about how I was involved in the program with the student, with the research center. And I take full responsibility for that. And now I know how I will change that the next time that I teach the course. And I could see that some of the students were excited about gathering information and researching different healthcare organizations and seeing how their missions and visions were different. But then once kind of the excitement wore off, they kind of lost steam. But maybe to check in, I could check in better, maybe boost their spirits. So yeah, there definitely are things that I would do differently moving forward. And another challenge is it's not a good research project. You have to choose the right one. I thought this was a good one, but there was some other ones I was thinking of before. That's why I chose this course. I threw around another course, like a leadership course that I was going to do, but then talking it over with my facilitator, she's like, no, I'm not sure that's a good research project, or even maybe the best course to implement a research project. So there's definitely challenges to implementing a student research experience in undergrad research, but it's always a learning experience. So overall, what did I learn? I learned that a cure is a great approach to add research to undergraduate courses. It's not as difficult as it may seem. I was hesitant myself to be involved, but I knew my students needed to grasp more research, and most of my students go on to get master's degrees and even some get PhDs. So I realized the more that they know now and the more that they get involved in now, the better off that they will be in their career and in graduate school. And honestly, most faculty are already doing some type of research in the courses that they're teaching. It's just we have to think about it a little differently and just change little pieces to include research. And the next one, this was big for me too. It is okay to not know what the outcome will be. It's okay going in blind. I think faculty, we are detail oriented and we like to know always what's going to happen, and we just can't, like, we don't know how it's going to go. Just like in research, we can't, like, we hypothesize, but we don't really know what the results are going to be. And it's just like this, like, we don't know if this is going to be successful or not. So we just have to roll with the punches. And we know this, students hate group work, especially in the online environment. Communication is 1,000 times more difficult in the online environment. I don't really know why, because students are stuck to their phones 24/7. So I don't know why they can't just text each other, but that's a whole other presentation and project that I could talk to you about. But I let them hate it and I let them figure it out on their own. I'm kind of very tough about this, that I make my expectations very clear at the beginning, and so they know that they have to figure this out on their own, the communication, all of it. I don't deal with any of that. And the last one, I was skeptical about the experience and the whole course embedded research experience, but now I'm all in. I think that it can be done, it should be done, and it just takes a little bit of tweaks and a little bit of understanding myself, and it's easily doable. Thank you everyone for listening to this presentation. I hope that you gained some information on course embedded undergraduate research experiences and SREs. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about the experience, or maybe if you would like to implement this into your courses. And then the link below my email is the link to the actual cures that we implemented at my university. So please take a look, and thank you again, and please feel free to reach out. Have a great day. Bye.